And by that, you'll find agriculture to be so interesting, and you should just be ready to make mistakes and learn as you venture into agriculture. You should also surround your people with like-minded people who think the same. Let's say, for example, you're a farmer, you want to venture into avocado farming, and not any other avocado, but hash avocado. So you find yourself like you're only yourself producing avocado in a given place. You cannot quantify the market demand. The market demand is always very high. So when you come together, a lot of people come together who are doing hash avocado. You find that it's even easy to control the market price. When a broker comes to your farm and you're only one, they'll tell you huko sokoni bei imeanguka, hizi vitu zimejaa sana, and all they'll do, they'll buy at a throwaway price, whereby you will find hapo, if you're a farmer, you're the one who is being unaumizwa kabisa, because they are buying at a very low price and you're the one who produce it. Another thing that one should consider before even being an agricultural entrepreneur, I know a lot of us, if you have a lot of money, then someone just tells you, yo, fanya ukulima, yo, fanya ukulima. And then the next thing that we as the youths do is go to YouTube, search profitable agricultural enterprises that one can start. Okay, after searching, you will find several videos and overhyped videos. That goes back to the point that I said above, that if you Google, yes, you'll find a farmer saying that I planted watermelons, they did so well, I sold and bought this Range Rover, I sold and bought this double cab. Don't buy into the online pressure that because someone did this and they got this in return, so you go with the hype that even if you do it by yourself, you're going to get the same returns. But instead, please kindly do a lot of research before getting yourself into any agricultural enterprise, involving a lot of consultation from people who have done it before. For the youths who maybe don't like farming and they want to be in the agricultural value chain, they can practice like online marketing. There's something in agriculture called basket market, online basket market, whereby your work is just to deliver products. Just like the other ICT people does it on website, linking farmers to consumers. So you by yourself, you already identify farmers who does this. So your work is to pick products from the farmer and sell them to the consumer. And by that, you'll find yourself making a lot of income. And the consumer will know that you're the one producing, because anytime if someone needs avocados, they call you. If someone needs kienyeji vegetables, they call you. And by that, you'll have created employment for yourself, which is very good because everybody likes money. And when you present agriculture in the sense of money, you find that many people will buy the idea, especially the youths who like money that just comes in a way that someone that does not suffer so much to get the money. I know in schools people are taught how to maybe learn, pass exams, graduate and get jobs, but in real sense, people should just learn how to manage enterprises and jobs, because we have so many graduates. I know some of them are here. They are not yet employed. Maybe they are from schools of agriculture. We should just learn how this skill, how will it help me? For example, the organization that I work with, that is Slow Food Kenya, an organization that deals with slow food. Slow food deals with farmers, organic food, grassroots farmers, whereby we educate farmers on the importance of organic farming, educating people that they should understand where the food they eat comes from, not just buying food. You don't know where it comes from. There are people who just spray food like today and tomorrow it's in the market. You're taking food that has a lot of pesticides, and by that, unapata you expose yourself to a lot of health complication. People who live in towns, especially the youths, maybe they can be like, how can I be an agricultural entrepreneur? Okay, I want to be a producer, but I don't have land. What can I do? Being in an urban area, we have a topic in agriculture. It's a whole topic that might take us a week or two to learn, known as urban farming, whereby you learn how you can practice farming in urban setting. That is a place where we don't have land. We have several methods. I don't know if some of you are familiar with them, like the multi-story garden, the sack garden, the bucket garden. And we also have one that doesn't even require soil. I don't know if some of you are aware of it. It's called hydroponics, whereby you just farm using water. There are plants that grow in the absence of soil, and they do so well, including some vegetables that people like out here so much, the gourds and stuff, and the lettuce that most people in urban areas consume. Yeah, also when becoming an agricultural entrepreneur, please make sure that you have a vision board. What do you envision? Okay, I want to start this enterprise. I want to involve myself in this given sector. Let's say you decide to become an agricultural entrepreneur in terms of value addition. Value addition involves value adding products. For example, we all know pumpkins, right? And most people don't take pumpkins because maybe they're ugly, at times they are boiled, and we as the youths try to make agriculture more beautiful. So what you can do as a youth who wants to be an entrepreneur and really get good money in this value chain, what you can do is value add the pumpkin. You can buy the pumpkin from the farmer as what it is. I know pumpkin goes for 250, 300 shillings. Come dried, especially the seeds. We all know what pumpkin seed does because it has high levels of zinc and stuff, as people say so. You can just pick the pumpkin, dry it, and package it in a very good way. Then market your flour. You all know pumpkin flour has a lot of benefits, especially to kids and women. It's also used to add flavor. You may find people making chapatis, and you can advise them on health benefits. Instead of using turmeric to make the chapatis yellow, here is the pumpkin flour, and this is its health benefit. This is what it does to the body. You'll find yourself marketing your products very much and creating market and high demand, and by that you will grow as a youth. Utapata kitu yenye inakupatia pesa. Other options that people can opt into this agricultural entrepreneurship. It's a whole value chain that involves a lot, and I'll insist on you must not necessarily go to the farm and dig. There is an upcoming industry known as agro tours. Agro tours is whereby, just like other tour companies take people they organize a tour to Zanzibar, to Dubai, maybe to given lakes, they take people there to see and have enjoyment. We have agro tours as an enterprise that is coming up at a very high rate, and whereby you're just an organizer for an event. You organize for tours whereby people come, pay, you take them to given farms to go and learn. Your work is just to take them there, learn, then return them. And by that, you'll have made a lot of money from agriculture. Agriculture just entails a lot that people can learn, and access this information. I think it's most people lack information. That's why people might think that agriculture is for the old people. Agriculture is only for the people who live in the village. But that's a very wrong perception of agriculture. All we are trying to do is trying to make this agricultural industry look beautiful and accommodative for everybody. And like how it was painted the picture before, that agriculture is for the old people, it's for the poor people. That's not true. Some of the challenges that one might face when trying to become a successful agricultural entrepreneur, one of them includes insufficient funds or lack of funds. And this is a major challenge, especially if you want to start like a very big enterprise. But what I'd say from experience from some people who I have interacted with them, it's good to start small before trying out the bigger enterprise. Because, for example, if you're venturing into livestock, let me be specific, birds, poultry. I know we have some livestock officers here. I can see Ruth, a good friend of mine, and our veterinary here. For example, you want to venture into poultry. You have money and you say, let me build this structure here, niende nichukue vifaranga 5,000 niweke hapa, alafu by the end of 3 months nikiuza hawa vifaranga nitakuwa nimeomoka. That's the perception yenye inafanya youths. Ukishajaribu hivyo, then in the second month vifaranga wote wamekufa, you won't recommend agriculture to anyone. You will say that kuku zangu zilikufa. That's why I say that it's good to start small. Start with your 10 chicks. Rare how ujue chicks wanataka nini, wangapi wamekufa kwa hawa 10, how best can chicks survive in your environment, what do they need, so that you can you can move to the bigger projects. And also, we have some companies that fund projects, that is youth-based projects and some group-based projects. A lot of opportunities are out here. You just apply for funding, just like some of the non-governmental organization does. They do call for applications and you apply, and by good luck you can get the funding and run your project so well. Another challenge that youth are facing as they try to join the agricultural entrepreneurship sector is inadequate knowledge. People tend to think that they understand better, but it's good to be open-minded and be ready to learn and learn things, because we are living in a current world whereby what you learned yesterday, when it comes to today, you might see that it wasn't that important and you need to unlearn it so that you can learn something that is more beneficial and that relates to the current world that we live in. I think that's my presentation for today. Maybe we can open up the forum for anybody who has a question concerning that, or anybody who needed anything that I haven't touched on. Please feel free. Thank you so much, MC Passi.
Wow, wow, wow. Oh, super. That was so amazing. So yeah, I'll shoot my questions, and please, if you have a question, feel free to raise your hand. Uh, Also, if you can chat, if you can write it on the chat box, also please do so. One of the things that I really want to know is because, for example, me, I've lived my life doing one thing, and that one thing is being in the circles of entertainment events and all that. But it's amazing to learn that there is a way you can integrate whatever you have. Like, say, for example, myself, me that I'm in the event industry, that there's an upcoming industry called agro tours. That is something I've never heard of, and there is an opportunity in such things. But now somebody will ask, because as part of the introduction, that's why I normally say for people to introduce themselves. Somebody might say, me, I'm an artist, Saja. I'm an artist. One will say, like, we have, in the insurance world. Somebody can also say, Emmanuel, I'll get to you. Thank you so much. And maybe another person is in, for example, which in digital marketing world. How possible, with having the examples of the people that have introduced themselves, and how possible is it for you to be able to integrate whatever you're doing and fix it to somewhere in the agricultural sector?
Okay, thank you so much, MC Passi, for the question. Okay, for the people, like, let's go with your perspective, people who are doing events.
Okay.
You're someone who hosts a lot of people, especially urban people who have no idea of, unless the one when you want to visit Ushago once or twice, of how the food they eat was grown or where they come from. Let me give you a funny incident. I once had a friend in the university. She had never known that groundnuts come from ponds. So one time we were eating, a friend of us brought us groundnuts, and she was like, njugu inakuanga hivi. You see, like, people don't know this thing. And for you to start, like, for the agro tours, which I know will work very well, especially for the people living in towns and they want to explore this and know that where is this coming from? It's a very good platform whereby you first need to create the need, the urgency for people to get to know. Like, for example, maybe I can relate to the event that we had the other time. It's the event that we created the need for us to have this talk here to talk to the youth about agriculture. You start by creating the urgency of what you need to bring to people. Maybe in the events you can bring it as jokes. How many of you know this? How is it grown? How inakaaje? Then by that, just slowly by slowly as you bring people together. Okay, for content creators, especially maybe TikTokers, which is the major platform that brings the youth together, they can start content based on agricultural produce. Let's say you're not a producer. Maybe you're a good cook at the same time a good content creator. You can start by showing people how this given food is prepared, and by that you'll find people being interested that how about this, so they keep on asking in the comment section, how about preparing this, can you prepare this, and by that you create the need and the urgency of people to see that. And one time you might find that when you organize an event that now it's a physical event that people need to come see how you prepare it and taste, you find that you get very good money, and that has come from your content creation. But remember, you're not a farmer. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. It's amazing. Let's put it open to anyone else with questions. Please shoot them out. We had Emmanuel God Mercy or Joan. You raised your hand. Are you in a position to ask your question now? Emmanuel. Okay, Emmanuel, I think we'll whenever you're ready, please just shoot it out. Perfect. Anyone else with questions? And even as we wait for other questions, Saja, I have another one. Where is the money? This thing, does it have money? Because one of the things that as young people we want is money. Emmanuel, you're ready for your question? Emmanuel? Manze, isikuwa naongea na me unmute mic. There was a time I did that. I'm busy talking. Kumbe
You, Passi.
Okay, ni sawa. Sawa, Emmanuel. So, Saja, this is my question. As we wait, okay, Perpetua, you will ask after this. So we'll take all the questions and then we'll answer all of them. Sindio? Saja.
Sure, Passi.
All right. So my question is, where is the money? Like there was a time we could hear, no, well, ukiingia tu kwa flowers iko na do. Ukiingia kwa watermelon iko na do. Hakuna mtu akuli watermelon Nairobi. So where is the money? So you'll answer that. And how do you know what you can be able to venture in? That's my question. But Perpetual Muviani, please you've raised your hand, you can shoot it. You can shoot your question.
Okay, hello. I hope I am clear.
You're clear.
Okay, to Saja, you have talked about one of the problems that is facing so many youth is insufficient funds in starting any project or any business ideas or anything. Now, my question is, so many youths want to get funding, and how do we go about as in kila mtu anajua, as in we know there are kuna platforms za funding and everything, but we don't know how to access them. How can we go about that, and ni platform gani tunaweza sisi kama mayouth tunaweza pitia ndio tujue tutapata opportunities hizi aje? Thank you.
Thanks. Emmanuel, are you ready for your question? And then I'll come to the CEO after Saja has answered the two questions. Please, Saja, you can answer the few questions asked.
Thank you so much, MC Queen. I'll go first with your question. Where is the money in agriculture? The money is there in every agricultural enterprise, depending on the strategies you make to a given agricultural enterprise. Let's say, for example, with the example that you just gave us, that you overheard some people say watermelon iko na pesa, kila mtu anakula watermelon in Nairobi, right?
Yes.
So with that pressure, maybe you buy it and go and plant your watermelons with no any connection or any linkages to the market on how you will sell the watermelons. That's a sure bet that watermelons zako zitaungua or you will sell them at a throwaway price. What I can say, for you to see where the money is in this sector, kindly do a lot of research. Reach out to people who have done this before. How are they doing it? How are they able to get some lump sum profits from what they are doing? Are we together, MC Passi?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, and by doing that, all I can say is that money comes from the market, right? And when starting any agricultural enterprise, it's advisable, and this is very critical, that one should start from the market. Let's go with the example of Greenish, a good friend of mine who is here doing kienyeji vegetables. When you want to start any venture, you should start from the market. Let's say you want to do kienyeji vegetables. You cannot just wake up one day and grow mito and say that now that it's kienyeji, hapa sasa nimepata pesa, I'll make a lot of money. No, it doesn't work that way. You should first go to the market. Assume you're doing it for your local market. Go to the market, assess the market, angalia kwa hii market ni mboga gani ya kienyeji haiko. You mark that. After that, you can do face-to-face negotiations with the mama mboga in the market. There are our very good faces huko kwa soko. Unawauliza ni mboga gani watu wanataka na haiko, ama ni mboga gani watu wanataka but iko limited, because it's true that sometimes ukienda kwa market you might be in need of some vegetables, na ukienda kwa kila mama mboga unapata imeisha. So that's a very good opportunity that it's guaranteed that nikipanda hii nitauza, and from the market you'll make money. It's not definite that ukipanda kitunguu utapata pesa, ukipanda watermelon utapata pesa. That's just the online hype that I'm trying to put in place, that you should not buy into that. Kindly do a lot of background research concerning what you want to venture into. Mtu asikwambie kitunguu iko na pesa, then you go plant, then time you're harvesting, they're flooded in the market, and the brokers wakikuja wanakuosha hapo kwa shamba and they take it to the market to make good profits. Kindly do a lot of research before buying into ni gani iko na pesa. Everything has money depending on the strategies that you imply to make it work. The other question was, how can one know what to venture into in terms of agriculture? MC Passi and my other good listeners. When you want to venture into agriculture, it first starts as a thought. You just don't wake up and do it as an activity before having it as food of thought in your mind. One thing you should know about what to venture into agriculture, at least it should be in line with what you do, ama what you like, because there is nothing sweeter in the world than doing something that you like. You just wake up every day to do what you like. Do your research, see what fascinates you the most, and venture into that. It could be poultry farming. Wake up one day, you have the idea in mind. Look for poultry farmers around you. Find it online. How do people rear poultry? What are the challenges before you start the poultry farming? And make sure it's in your line of business. And as I said before, you should have a vision. You cannot wake up and have a poultry farm but you envision nothing. You don't envision either selling eggs, either selling it as meat. So you just have poultry. No, you should have a vision. Probably, let's say, for example, you have a poultry farm. In the next 1 year, you see yourself selling a lot of eggs. In the next 1 year, you see yourself selling the chicken themselves. In the next year, you see yourself, now that you have a lot of chicken, a lot of eggs, you see yourself producing chicks and selling them to people. In the next year, you see yourself having a butchery that we don't have one that is specialized for chicken, but you have a specific butchery specialized for kienyeji chicken. Like you should have a vision that builds you before starting on which one is very good to venture into. Sit down and have a good plan, then you'll know what to venture into. I hope I've answered your question, MC Passi. Then to Perpetual's question, a good friend of mine, she asked how can the youth access the funding, the funds that are out here. The funds are out here and hauwezi ona, as they say, bila connection hautapata. That's why we say wherever you are, just like MC Passi started, introduce yourself, say what you do, and by that you'll have created a network for yourself. We can find the funding opportunities, especially online. People post a lot of opportunities in LinkedIn and like any other social media handles. You'll just wake up, find FAO, like make sure you follow social handles that at least are beneficial to you. Follow the FAO, the WHO, and a lot of agricultural organizations, a lot of agricultural NGOs. You find that they not necessarily, okay, like for the NGOs in Kenya, they might not necessarily have the funds to fund you as a youth, but they might have a project that favors you. Are we together? For the one who asked the question, that's perpetual. Yeah, you can find the opportunity online. Make sure you explore a lot of organizations, especially the global organizations. They have a lot of funding, and also it's good to try and ask yourself or any other person around you, I've heard about this opportunity, iko aje? Umesikia hii, mtu anaweza pata aje? Like it's also good to get to network with people so that you can get to access these funds, because bila networking, bila hiyo connection, you can't know that sasa FAO wame announce watu waandike proposals and they get money. Yeah, thank you so much.
Perfect. Yes. That mine is well answered. I've actually been able to write down the answers. That is amazing. And let me read some of the comments here because these are very interactive session. VCEO farming is all about game of numbers and let professionals be part of your journey. Samuel Mutegi, agronomist, currently in production. Wow. William Musoti, you can be a very good farmer, but when it comes to the market links, make sure you join a farmer producer organization in any value chain you are dealing to help you negotiate for pricing and connect you to markets. Allow me to engage this CEO. This CEO, are you in a position to talk? This CEO, are you there? Okay. Saja, maybe you can weigh in as we wait for him. So he's saying that farming is all about game of numbers. Let professionals be part of our journey. But where do we get these professionals? Let's say, for example, I've been thinking of doing something to do with maybe maize farming. You know, kuna time pia there was everyone was doing ukulima ya mayai because it said that in Nairobi mayai zinaenda sana. So where do we get you guys who are professionals to advise us, and do you offer those services? Where do we start from? If I am thinking of starting this journey, where do we get the professionals? That is one. Two, where do we, are there from your organization, Slow Food Kenya, are there opportunity for people to be able to interact with this knowledge people can be able to get this knowledge and interact with this knowledge in matters of agriculture? Do you have a program? Do you have a project? Do you have events that people can actually, you know, get interact to that? So that's my two questions. But this is not my platform. It's our platform. So please, if you have a question, feel free to shoot it out. You can raise your hand, or you can be able to. Oh, sorry, it's okay. This is you. It's okay. You say you want transit. It's okay. Please don't worry. Yeah, yeah. So and I also love Karonje. You are an artist, you know. As you answer, Saja. So somebody like John, who is an artist, is there a way he can incorporate his art with, you know, in the sector of agriculture, directly or indirectly? Saja, you can take it away if you're ready.
Thank you so much, MC Passi. Let's go with the last question. The artist. Do you mean artist who sings?
Oh yeah, sure. John, you are an artist. What do you do?
Who sings?
Pardon,
I
pardon.
usually write songs and even sings.
Oh, when mwimbi.
Yes.
Like a rapper, I'm a singer.
My songs they usually be gospel, but I usually use different beats. Gospel, reggae, dancehall, hip hop, any can do.
Oh, nice. Dancehall hip hop. Nilikuwa ndani niko na kegosho, but it's sawa. It's okay. So yeah, Saja, he's an artist. He's a songer.
Okay, he's a songer and a singer.
Yes.
So, for him, what he can do, okay, I work with a non-governmental organization, and we have farmers, very some old age, not that old, but they are aged people who compose songs that are related to farming. Have you ever heard of a song related to farming? Any Kenyan song, MC Paso, or any other person in this platform? Any song related to farming?
I cannot remember. Maybe
Okay,
mimi ni muzabibu. That's the...
Yeah, either that one and the other one is Amka. Amka twende shamba. Twende shamba. We have a lot of some musicians, local musicians here. Yeah, so you see, like coming up with such a song, it can be played where we do have a lot of farmers forums that people celebrate. And farming, the good thing about farming is that it's celebrated in almost all international days. If it's International Women Day, we celebrate women farmers. If it's World Soil Day, we celebrate soils that is part of farming. If it's World Wetlands Day, we celebrate wetlands because they provide us water to water our crops. Like the songs can be played in every agricultural setting. And by that you cannot sing a song today and expect it kesho ikwe played kwa Madaraka Day and Jamhuri Day. As I said, please have a vision. Angalia nikitoa hii wimbo ya farming, hapa kwetu kunakuanga na farmers kweli, na siku wanakutana, obviously they have the chamas and stuff. Our parents back home hawapendi kusikiza hizi music zenye tunasikiza, so you can tell them the idea like niko na hii wimbo ni nzuri, you see. That's the way to go about it. That is if he's bound into how can he bring music into agriculture. He can also hunt for agricultural events kwenye zinafanyika. He presents himself and say he sings about agriculture, he praises agriculture in this way, and by that you'll find him being given a chance to present and By presenting in events, it means that you have to be given something ya kuweka kwa mfuko ya Passi.
Perfect.
Yeah. The other question was, as the CEO, our veterinary here has said, posed a comment that people should get to involve themselves with professions. And the question was, where do we get these professions? As I said before, Passi, it's a matter of connection. And if it's not connection, we have a lot of information online these days. If you just take your phone and Google agronomists near me, agronomists in Nakuru, agronomists in Nairobi, veterinary in Nairobi, like you'll just find people there with their contacts and everything and what they offer. And by that, you can select who is the best for you. Maybe you can call them, ask them their rate card, where they are, how you can get involved with them. And by that, you have connected with them. Because if you just say that utakutana na wao, it's under rare cases do you meet someone face to face and get to know that this is a veterinary, or this is an extension officer, or this works with a given NGO that can provide this given opportunity that might favor me. The good thing, what you can do to get the professions is network. Make sure you speak anywhere you go. Just say, I do this. I sell kienyeji vegetables. I do poultry farming. I do agricultural marketing. I develop websites. Just market yourself by yourself. That's what you can do to meet the professions. And also, please make good use of the social media. The other question was, my organization, that is Slow Food Kenya, how does it help the youths? Does it have any opportunity for the youths out here? What I can say, Passi, is we have a number of youth groups that we are working with, currently 89 in Nakuru County. Those are the youths who are dedicated into farming. And what we do as Slow Food Kenya, minding that it's a project that we are privileged to learn, we offer free training to the youth groups. And for Slow Food Kenya to train you, unless it's otherwise, we offer to train groups, not individuals, unless otherwise. Because Passi, when training an individual, let's assume we had this meeting individually. Today I meet with you, tomorrow I meet with Julia, the other day I meet with Perfection, the other day Dee, the other day Samuel. You find that it's a very tedious work. But bringing people together and training them, whereby we have demonstrations gardens, whereby we train them the methods of urban farming, how to make biopesticides, how to make their own biofertilizers, and by that they see agricultural as a very good thing, a very enticing thing, whereby they see that so I don't need a lot of farm inputs so that I can farm, so I don't need a lot of money so that I can farm. I can make my own pesticides, make my own biofertilizers, and use myself as labor in the farm. And by that, the returns that you'll be getting from the farm will be very high. And in this case, you will have acquired knowledge. And also, what I can advise my fellow youth and listeners is that if you get an opportunity whereby information or knowledge is offered, information and knowledge is a very important thing that the society or the schools needs teachers to value information and knowledge. If you overhear that there is an agricultural event somewhere, even if it means paying and you can afford it, please do it. Go and learn. Go and see how do people do things. And by that, you network. You'll meet other interested farmers who are interested in doing something. Let's say there is a training of Hass avocado in Makueni County. There is this training in this place. Because these trainings are usually there and they're open for people to participate. It's only that someone don't know that they are there. But that's why I said you make good use of the social media. Just try and search trainings, ongoing training, because you'll find people who have posted ongoing training, be having this given training on this given day. If you can make to attend, please make sure you attend, because knowledge is a very powerful tool that you can use for the rest of your life. Passi, thank you so much.
Saja, I think there's a question on the chat box. There's Wesley Kangongo. On the value addition, what are some of innovative value addition techniques that can be applied to local agricultural products to enhance their marketability? If you can answer that one.
Thank you so much for the question, Wes. Some of the agricultural products that are locally available and they can do well in value addition. Let's start with the fruits. We all eat fruits, but some people prefer to take fruit juice, which is a very common business among people living in towns and stuff. And you find that if you venture into that, you can start your own fruit grocery, whereby the fruits that are overripening, instead of you throwing them or going bad, you can start a juice parlor just by your side, kando ya grocery yako ya matunda. Ukiona hii matunda overripe, unaipeleka kwa juice, na hiyo unapata hiyo pesa haijaharibika. And speaking of value addition, we mean value addition because let's say everybody just makes sugarcane juice. You can try and research and see, how can I make my sugarcane juice more better? You can find out that by adding ndimu kidogo ndani na ginger kidogo, inakuwa juice poa yenye it's in high demand and highly marketable compared to other juices. It's good to be open-minded and think, how can I do this better? I also mentioned the other example of pumpkins, and let me emphasize on this that you need to create demand. You need to create demand so that you can sell your products, your value-added products, because some people don't know that pumpkin can be consumed as flour, just like I said before. So you need to educate these people whom you want them to be your market. Like you just come up, did you know that pumpkin flour contains zinc, contains these minerals that are so good to your health, and you can use it this way, this and this way. You can even go ahead and do more and provide recipes for what that pumpkin flour can do and also feeds too. Yeah, ventures include like the avocado. There's a traditional way of making oil from avocado. I think that's story of another day. We have a lot of value addition products. For example, you can also venture into yogurt making. Yogurt comes from milk. It's just a small process of less than 30 minutes making the yogurt and leaving it for a day. And the next day you have yogurt, unlike the way you would have sold fresh milk. Yeah, those are some of the few examples that I can mention. And also, just to add on that, we have a technique of dried vegetables. I don't know if some of you are aware of it, but maybe after this you can Google, conduct your research of dried vegetables. In Passi, we have a problem with our farmers, whereby you find a farmer amepanda mboga, that's rainy season. A lot of them don't have water storage techniques or tanks. So in the rainy season, we have mass production of vegetables. Ziko available kila mahali. But when drought comes, you find that hakuna mboga kwa soko. Na hizo mboga ziko wapi? Ziliharibika because they were overproduced. There's a technique of drying vegetable, not sun drying directly into the sun. It's just a given technique whereby you dry vegetables and store them. They can be well for as long as a year. And when you cook them, they come back to be fresh as they were harvested yesterday from the farm. You can dry vegetables, educate people on it, show them how it's prepared, create demand so that when there is no vegetables in the market, people can buy your dried vegetables and actually prepare them as meals. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Saja, for that. That has been impactful. I don't know if there's anyone else with a question. We are 5 minutes to our time, but we can take more questions. If there is any questions, please shoot them out so that we'll be able to do that. This CEO, what's up, has put on their contacts up chat box. That is